What's up, everyone? My voice cracked. It's Monday, 4/20, April 20th. I'm Paul Ventura.
I'm Beth Stevens.
And we're joining you in the comfort of our homes. We're not in Times Square, but in our hearts, maybe we are. We're joined, as always, by Caitlin Moynihan.
Hello.
Why do you always pop up in the middle?
I like it.
And, who is here today, Beth?
Oh, it's very exciting because we have our two-time vlogger, James Snyder from Harry Potter.
Hey, kid, what's up? We're going to find out what he's up to. He's one of our favorite people. But first, let's talk about today's news.
I still have my own Wheel of a Dream to see this production live, okay?
Oh, I just took Beth out.
Sorry. I'm here. All right.
Oh, hi. Hi. Sorry, I'm out of practice.
Magic to do. All right. So we had been very excited for the Ragtime Benefit Concert, which was supposed to happen on April 27th with a lot of the original cast members, including Brian Stokes Mitchell and Audra McDonald and Judy Kay, so many people. That is now moved to the fall. And this was for the Actors Fund and to honor the late Marin Mazzie. And Marin Mazzie's role of Mother was going to be played by Kelly O'Hara. And that is still going to happen. It's just going to happen in the fall. So we're going to hear Kelly sing Back to Before in the fall. We love this show, don't we?
Caitlin looks really upset.
Yeah, but it's still going to happen later.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe folks can do it out his window. I don't know.
What? Oh.
That's an idea. But yeah, we found out a little bit more about what's happening with the drama desks this season.
Well, so we know that they're doing it online, right? And they're keeping the regular schedule. Unlike the Tony Awards, they're going to stick to their schedule. And so we found out that the nominations are about to come out for the 65th Annual Drama Desk Awards. And they've partnered with Stars in the House, which is, of course, Seth Rudetsky and James Wesley's twice-a-day show, I believe. Like, right? It's a lot.
Yeah.
There was a Les Mis reunion. Every time I look, there's like something epic happening on there. And of course, they're raising all kinds of money for the Actors Fund on the Actors Fund's YouTube channel. So Seth and James are going to announce the nominations tomorrow at 2 p.m. They do a matinee show every day, but tomorrow will be a very exciting one because there'll be making a lot of stars very happy and spreading some joy. I think everyone would love some nominations, right? So originally it was supposed to happen May 31st, the actual awards, and now it's going to happen online. We don't really know exactly when that'll be, but tomorrow is the day. So tomorrow on Live at 5, we'll have some awards season news.
Yes.
To speak of.
Yes. And this news has me going, oh my God, you guys.
Oh my God, you guys, because Legally Blonde, the cast, the original Broadway cast of Legally Blonde, many of those actors are reuniting for the Broadway Podcast Network. So it'll be in your earbuds, not, on stage.
It's an audio reunion.
An audio reunion.
Okay.
I think that's the first time those words have ever come out of my mouth quite like that. It's a virtual event. So this is for Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS, and it will be April 22nd at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And I guess maybe you can see them in BPN's Town Hall. So maybe there is a video component to it. But Laura Bell Bundy, who played Elle Woods, Orfeh, Andy Carl, Richard H. Blake, Leslie Rodriguez Kritzer. I mean, all the people. So there you go.
Cool.
A little nostalgia. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have a little update in what's happening with Nick Cordero and his family.
Yeah, so, man, I've been thinking about Nick Cordero a lot. That's all I think about. Nick Cordero is, of course, such a nice guy, such a fantastic, sweet guy inside and out. He's a Broadway star and a Tony nominee. He was in A Bronx Tale and Bullets Over Broadway, so good. And he's been really fighting COVID-19, and we've been getting a lot of updates from his wife, Amanda Klutz. And so let me just sort of run it down. On April 1st, we found out that he was sick and they thought it was pneumonia and he was misdiagnosed and he had COVID-19. He's been in a medically induced coma so that his body can receive enough oxygen. And again, Amanda has been amazing on social media, just really keeping everyone up to date on this. And the community has been just very vocal in their love and support of him. And so this weekend was tough because they had to amputate his right leg because he was on ECMO machines. Again, these are all terms I don't know, but and blood thinners, and it caused internal bleeding. But they had to amputate his leg. But she announced that it was a success. He's doing much better. And so what's happening now is that, and Rob McClure talked about it last week too. What's happening is Amanda is telling everyone to play his song, Live Your Life, at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Post to social media with the hashtag #WakeUpNick to show support for him. And there's a GoFundMe out there, and it's already raised over $350,000. It's an amazing cause. I encourage everyone, if you can, to give. And you can find the link to that on the site. And we're praying for you, Nick Cordero. We hope to have you on Live at 5 soon. He's just a beautiful man. So we're thinking of you.
Yes, definitely. There's some good news because today we announced who is Broadway's biggest fan.
Is it me?
I mean, yes, it was always you. All right, so let's talk about this, Paul. You give me some details because you know more about this than I do, but let's talk about the judges. So everyone knows that we had this gigantic Broadway's Biggest Fan contest, and our judges were SiriusXM's Julie James and Andrew Barth Feldman and Renee Rapp, who know something about contests, don't they? So they all got together and they helped choose the winners, right? The winner, I should say. So you have to watch the video. Are you going to tell us, Paul? You want to do the big reveal of the biggest fan?
It's on our YouTube channel. Yeah, go check it out. Find out who won. Watch it, but it's very suspenseful.
There you go.
Just watch it. Don't jump to the end.
I'm not going to tell you everything.
If you agree with the judges, I mean, you don't always agree with Tony voters. Maybe you'll agree. Maybe I don't know. Find out. Right, Caitlin?
Yeah.
I also want to talk about, so last night we had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. I directed the live stream. Michael Urie performed Byron Seller, which is a fantastic off-Broadway solo hit for him in his living room. He turned his living room into a stage, shot it with 2 cameras. His partner, Ryan Spahn, was a big part of it. And we did it all as a benefit for Broadway Cares. I believe I'd say it's COVID-19 Emergency Assistance Fund. I know how to say it. Those words are like raised a lot of money, and people loved it. It really worked really well, and because Michael Urie, man, you can't go wrong. And Jonathan Toland wrote a beautiful script, and so the video will live on through End of Day Wednesday, which is an extension because
you have to watch it again.
You have to watch it, and tonight we're going to premiere it on Facebook tonight at 8:00, so you can watch it with other people, which I think would be a lot of fun. And it was really fun watching I was sitting here pushing the buttons last night, but I was also watching people's comments, and it's so great. There's so many funny lines and so many great moments. And I encourage you, and I'm excited to put it on Facebook because it's a whole different audience of people. So I'm excited. So check it out and donate at Broadway.com/buyer and seller. And on that note, Beth, did you enjoy Buyer and Seller? That was
Caitlin and I watched it together virtually, didn't we, Caitlin?
It was so fun.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Beth. Sliding you out. Caitlin.
Yes, guys. Today we have James Snyder as our first guest of the week for Live at 5 Home Edition, live on both Facebook and YouTube. James has been bringing Harry Potter himself to life on stage and Harry Potter and the Cursed Child for almost over a year now, which is nuts. He's also been on Broadway in Transit, If Then, Cry Baby. Follow him on social at the James Snyder. Also follow him on TikTok. He's become a TikTok star now. Leave all of your questions down in the comments below for us to get to later. And please welcome James and Paul.
I'm ready. I didn't have my prop glasses from the show to be here. So instead, these are from when we made my dad dress as Smee. My son went as Peter Pan. We all did like a Peter Pan thing, and yeah,
great.
And so these are actually Smee's glasses, not Harry Potter's, but they're around.
I actually, Caitlin just blew my mind. I didn't know you were on TikTok. I'm not. I'm very casually on TikTok. I just go on TikTok and I look for those. You did the dance. What's that song? You think the dance one?
Just you wait then. Hop on my thing. If you haven't seen that, then you're welcome. That's all I have to say.
I mean, I knew Chenoweth was now on TikTok, but you're on TikTok. I'm gonna go. Okay.
I was full steam when we were,
Right.
No, we were. And then to be honest, I got home and rallying the troops to do dances with me here is a little more difficult because my kids are like, no, it's stupid or whatever. I don't know. They're 4 and they have no idea what TikTok is. They love watching it. They just don't like performing with me.
I literally don't know how they're made, but it's fun. I like watching it. So how are you? It's good to see you.
Good to see you. I work in the backyard and I try and take care of the kids and figure out school and I try and get groceries. And although my wife's kind of the champ with that, but yeah. Side note: Ragtime was the first Broadway show I ever saw.
Oh, did you see the original cast or?
But I did see LaShawne's. Maybe we talked about this actually. Last time I was on. Yeah. So I actually saw LaShawne's in the theater that I'm currently doing Harry Potter in. Little did I know she would become a friend.
Right. I always forget that's the same theater. It looked very different then, but yeah, that is the same.
It was named the American Airlines Theater
Ford Center for the Performing Arts.
Yes.
Mr. Ford wrote the check.
Yes.
So now it's like totally. I mean, well, God, now it's empty. But I'm sure you miss being over there at the what's it called now? The Apollo? What is it called?
It's the Lyric Theater, which is
Lyric. It's one of those theaters.
The Apollo was there. A part of it it's 2 theaters crammed together. So
I knew the old timey name. You're right. So, it's so funny. It's like I'm starting to forget things. I've been away from broadcast.
I still have like my guitar still there. Like I've still got so much stuff in the dressing room because we would be gone.
You're right. It was a quick exit. Do you remember your lines?
Oh, actually, as a cast, it's awesome. With the new because we were on Thursday the 12th when we finished when they were like, please don't come back. We finished teching the year 3 cast into the show. So all these kids, so many of them were about to make their Broadway debuts. And then on that, like next Tuesday was going to be our first, our invited dress. And so we've been, as just a way to stay connected, we've been once a week going through an act.
Okay.
Great. Because then I'm just sitting in my living room with a glass of wine or something. It's the accent that goes quickly.
Right.
So my mouth doesn't quite wrap around the words as it needs to.
So that means that you didn't necessarily know those people that well. I mean, you were just trying to get to know them.
Yeah, we really were. Yeah.
Get to know them better over video.
I know. It's like, we had just, because we were teching for a few weeks and rehearsing with them. I was doing double duty. I was exhausted.
It's a complicated show with all the choreography and magic.
Yeah, so we actually had 10 weeks of rehearsal. So we were at the end of the 10-week rehearsal period.
Wow.
I'd been rehearsing with them for 10 weeks and was exhausted and was like, I don't know how I'm going to make it through the next week. And then this happened and I missed my kids so much. And I was like, oh, be careful what you wish for. Because now I've got all the time in the world with them. So
have you learned anything about your kids in the past 5 or 6 weeks?
YouTube is a terrible, terrible thing. Like screen time, they've gotten a bit more screen time just so I can try and get things done. And I watched their brains slowly just melt.
What kind of things are they watching?
Oh God, it's mind numbing. Actually, it's not terrible. They used to be like the opening packages, scripted things that like little kids are doing. Like, we're going down, we're gonna play tricks on each other. We're gonna go find the
so weird
Mr. Bunny or whatever. You're like, okay, all right, but really, it's just mind numbing. And and that they're really cute and really sweet, and it's nice to just kind of connect with them and be with them. Right.
So Willa and Oliver, right?
Yeah.
So and now the weather's getting nicer. So and you have a backyard. You have a suburban.
Here, do you want to see what I've been working on here?
Oh my God! Look,
I just built that, and then I just put up about 48 feet of fence.
Wait, the fence looks great. I love that fence.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it, but I needed to do a concrete anchor, like a footing into over here, and the thing that I bought was supposed to save me some time is a total pain in the butt, and is indeed not a time saver. So I'm a little frustrated. I was like, ugh, and then I was like, I got to shower and do live at 5.
I love watching on social media when you get involved in dad projects. It's fun. like yard things, and yeah, it's fun.
I film usually when it's like the good times. Otherwise, it's just me like kicking pieces of wood, going, "Why doesn't this work?" I'm really lucky, actually. Like I worked in the shop a little bit. At theater school, you had to, and I'm surprised a lot of those skills have really carried over. I worked a few summers in college and stuff.
Yeah.
12 bucks an hour. Yeah.
You have a lot to distract you with kids in a home in a backyard and that beautiful fence. And we all know, and I'm fortunate too. I have a lot of fresh air around me, and we have friends who don't have those. So a lot of Broadway people who work on Broadway don't necessarily have that, and they're in the city. And have you experienced? And I know your kids take a lot of time. Have you experienced any sort of like emotional roller coaster from all this?
Yeah. Big time. It started with the loss of Adam Schlesinger, who wrote the composer. Like it kept sitting weird. I just kept being like this. It didn't feel real. You know what I mean? And that was one of the first things that was like, ow.
Yeah.
And it was just like he wasn't done contributing to television or Broadway at all, and it really sat with me. And then this stuff, I didn't know Nick Cordero, or I don't know Nick Cordero that well, but like, I mean, he stole the show in Bullets Over Broadway. I know. Just like it's every once in a while there are those things, and then just being home and just realizing that this might be a while, and just wondering what that looks like for the future, and just wanting to protect and provide for my family. And so, so it hits really hard sometimes when you think about it. And then, I think that the human species has been through so much worse. I was like, we kind of have it, like we got it so easy. It could be so much worse. It could be 1920, and it could be the Spanish influenza, and no one could have any idea what was going on. And
yeah.
So yeah, it's up and down, and frustration. Like it's frustrating too, and just wanting to be present as a dad, and then sometimes just being maxed out, and figuring out meals, and just wanting to make sure we have. I don't get the toilet paper thing. Like I have a bidet, which is awesome. I went and got one of those.
You what?
Do you know what a bidet? Like a bidet that's like a hook one. I got one. Yeah, Miguel Cervantes. It just hooked into the toilet. Miguel Cervantes was like,
this could be a whole separate episode, because I'm so pro bidet, and I think that this is an opportunity for Americans to get over the weirdness of it and embrace it.
Miguel, I'm telling you, Miguel. Like, what's funny is I was about to buy one as a present for him. Miguel took over Hamilton on Broadway. He was doing it in Chicago. And he took over Hamilton, and as my present to him was going to be a bidet for his toilet in there, and then all his stuff went down. But because
you have one of the, we may have to talk offline.
We're talking about this.
You have one of the like attachment ones, like one of which brand do you prefer?
What is it? Lux something or other? I don't know.
We're gonna. Anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, just Google bidet.
BIDET. It will change your life. And you don't have to fight over toilet paper.
You don't need to use the trees to do it. Anyway, enough. This is a family show. This is a very honest. People should be talking about these things. Caitlin's mind looks blown by the topics at hand.
Get us back on track, Caitlin. Please get us back on track.
I'm going to try to get us back on track.
Caitlin, let's talk about what the fans are asking, Mr. Snyder.
What are they asking?
Yes. So Sedona Crawford on YouTube wants to know, James, if you could tell yourself one thing before your first performance in Cursed Child, what would you tell yourself?
Oh.
Really just, you've got this, like you're enough. Like, you know what I mean? You got it. You're gonna go out there, have fun. I mean, I do talk to myself a lot. And the same thing I try and tell myself every single time I step on stage, whether it's the first time or the millionth time, it's listen, be present, really it's listen, and let the words do the work. The second I start trying to do something, that James starts trying to do something, it gets in the way of the audience being able to see Harry. Really, it's just listen, respond, and don't screw up your lines, and don't forget your glasses, which I've done, which I did my first week. I forgot my glasses. I think we talked. Oh boy.
Do you think, I have a Harry Potter and the Cursed Child question. I have a theory that they will just wait to make a film of it until the original film stars are old enough.
Why wouldn't they?
Right.
Why? It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I think they should. I would see
right.
it.
I mean, it'd be really cool.
Oh my God, it'd be awesome. Yeah. I mean, it's great on stage. I can't imagine what it would be like if they could, although it should be like a mini series or something, considering how epic. I feel like you could almost make a trilogy out of that.
Oh, they will. It'll be like 5 more movies. It'll be like Star Wars. It'll be a whole new.
Fingers crossed. That would be amazing.
Oh my God, right?
I'd love it. Okay, next question. Leah Della Porta on Facebook asks, with the new cast, are you discovering anything new about Harry as you rehearse with them?
Yeah, as we were getting towards the end, when we started re-rehearsing, we got to dig into the characters already sort of farther. Hi, Leah, by the way. She's great. We got to dig in again, but having already sat with them for that much longer. And so I think, and with a different director too, we had Jimmy Mays, one of the associates, sort of step in instead of Des Kennedy. And it was brilliant. A lot of the leads stayed, but getting to work, the thing that changed it the most for me was getting to work with James Romney as opposed to Nicholas Padani, because his Albus is a very different Albus, and he was also James, who's taking over Albus, was from year 1, so he's been understudying Albus since 1. So he's actually sat with the character for 2 years, jonesing to dig in, and he's a very thoughtful kind of actor about like, well, I have an idea, let's try this idea, and to be able to get to work with him on a different level and actually take the time, it's great. And then to get to work with someone like Diane Davis, who plays my wife in it, we got to find a new relationship also between Harry and his wife. And I think what's great is this year 3 Harry, to talk about it in a different, is I think he's much more grounded in his marriage. It's really interesting in that, like, because of what we went through, I think he's slightly more sympathetic even. I feel like I was doing a lot of yelling, which he does. And now I'm like, I don't know. Somehow the marriage dynamic has shifted because we had more time to talk about things. And I think that serves our connection to Harry.
So I'm going to summarize what you said. I believe what you said is that rehearsal on the day of the shutdown, you finally figured out the character. You finally figured out what to do. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, that's it. We're done. Now I know. And it's perfect. And I'm going to say every line the same way from now on. It's perfect.
Okay, we're going to do, we have time for a few more questions. So Paul Smith on YouTube asks, if you could have one spell to use in your everyday life, what one would you choose?
Ooh. Well, I would apparate. I'd be able to, I would want to apparate. So, but there's not an incantation to go with apparating. So, or accio, which is like the one you go like accio and then something comes to you. So like accio lunch, And I wouldn't have to go to Costco. I still don't have to leave my house because pretty much Instacart is my accio whatever, but that, or if I needed to move heavy things, there's locomotor. So how was that? Was that a nerdy enough answer, Paul?
That totally works for me. My spell would be the one that makes your Billy Bigelow appear and sing soliloquy for me.
That's it. All you have to do is text me. You're good.
You can do that whenever. Okay. Let's do one last question. A lot of people have actually been asking this one. So I'm going to choose Jessica's from Facebook. Any chance we'll get an if-then Zoom reunion during this quarantine?
Your lips to everyone.
Management team's ears.
Yes. No, I'm sure we could make it happen. I haven't really been in touch with as many people. It's actually like, that'd be awesome. I'm with you. I'm yes. Yes is the answer. I'll do my best.
You know, I had a little period a couple months ago where I really dug into the Cast album again, and it's fun. It's like one of those scores that's fun to sort of revisit.
Yeah. On the 26th, I'm doing a friend of mine who has a theater company in Temecula. I'm going to be performing "You Learn to Live Without." Actually.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I figured out a guitar arrangement, and
I love it.
Yeah, so I actually have to sit down and really get better at it, but changed the key, made it work for me.
Look at you, always starting over. That was an if-then reference.
That was good.
That was good.
Oh, that's I didn't mean to interrupt, but yes, the score is unbelievable. It's your team that hit it their best.
Hey Beth, didn't we have a conversation about bidets recently? Wasn't that?
Yes, you're obsessed with bidets, and I'm glad you found someone to talk about it with.
We have so much in common.
All kinds of places in bizarre circumstances. Anyway, Mr. James Snyder, pleasure as always. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Good luck in your backyard as you prepare for spring.
That's it. Yeah. If anybody needs a voice lesson, I'm around. About it.
Awesome. We hope to see you soon. We're gonna slide you out, and Beth, how about the kids tonight?
Thank you.
Happening. Oh, it's Byron Seller. Everybody
You want Byron Seller again? Well, I am. That's not for kids.
I'm gonna watch Byron Seller again because this time I don't have to worry about pressing the right buttons.
That's right. You can just enjoy it.
I just enjoy it.
It's really hard when Michael Urie takes a vow not to stand up in your apartment or your home and applaud him because he deserves it.
Yeah. He's fantastic. Thank you so much, Beth. And Caitlin, why don't you tell everyone about tomorrow's guest?
Yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in today for Live at 5 Home Edition. You guys can follow us wherever you get your podcast by searching for hashtag Live at 5 and hitting that subscribe button. Be sure to tune in next time when we talk to Mackenzie Kurtz